Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Hyper here, back for another video, and guys, today we're going to be going over some new modes that possibly are going to be coming to Fortnite. Now, guys, if you're excited for this list, be sure to let me know by absolutely demolishing that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and also click that bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload of mine. But anyways, let's get straight to the video then. So, just a quick thing I wanted to clear up. These modes are not definitely coming to Fortnite, although there is a pretty high chance that we may see these modes sometime soon. So anyways, let's just get into it then. So first off, we have the no heal mode or hardcore mode, whichever one you want to say. Now, just as the title would suggest, basically in this mode there is no healing, so no bandages, no medkits, no shields, no nothing. Basically, if you take damage, you're screwed. I honestly think this would be a really cool mode, because in the current state of Fortnite, if you take damage, it's not really that big of a deal. You can always grab a medkit, grab a couple bandages. If you lose your shield, you can definitely go ahead and just find another mini or maybe even large shield, you know. So people are a lot more likely to take risks. However, in the no heal mode, I feel like it would make people a lot less likely to take risks, because they know that, oh, if I take damage, I'm screwed. So I honestly think that would be a really cool mode to see. Now, at the same time that I think the pace of the game would overall be slower, I honestly think that the matches would end a lot quicker as well, because, you know, if you got hit with a pump shotgun once or twice, normally you could just, I don't know, drink a large shield, eat a medkit, any of that. But in this mode, there's none of that. So if you get hit twice with a pump shotgun, you're basically screwed for the rest of the game. Now, this mode would also be a lot harder to win, even though the matches are quite a bit shorter. But yeah, overall, I think that this would be a really cool mode to see implemented into Fortnite. And I'm hoping that we get a mode like this or something similar in the near future. But anyways, moving on to the next game mode, which is called Storm Chasers. Now, basically, I'm sure a lot of you guys have actually already heard about this, because there were actually a lot of posts about implementing this mode on the Fortnite forums, and this one, I am almost positive that this mode will get added to Fortnite in the future, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, basically in this mode, instead of there being one big circle which gradually gets smaller and smaller like you would expect, there are gonna basically be multiple circles all over the map. And you might ask, well, how would we get from circle to circle then? Well, you would actually have this thing called a storm staff, which would allow you to travel through the circle or storm. And basically, when you're traveling through the storm, if you're not holding the staff, you'll take damage like normal. If you are, you won't take damage. The only downside to traveling through the storm is that you can't actually attack players too terribly well, because, as I said, you need to be holding the storm staff, or else you're basically screwed. So anyways, I honestly think this would be a really fun mode to play, especially if it was squads and you could actually maybe have one person go to each circle, loot all the circles, and then maybe they all meet up in a single circle, build a huge base. I honestly think that would be a whole lot of fun. Now, I think this is not, this is just my speculation about it. I'm pretty sure that the circles would actually close in a lot slower in this mode, but that's just me speculating on what would probably be the case. That's not definitely the case, but as I said, this mode's been talked a lot about on the forums, so we might see more information on it sometime in the near future. And last but not least is architect mode. So basically, you know how annoying it is when, you know, you're trying to build a fort, it's the end of the game, you're about to win, and what do you know, you run out of building supplies. I suppose that doesn't really happen to too terribly many people, but it happens to me a lot. And I mean, it can get frustrating even if it's not the end of the game, even if it's just mid-game and someone's shooting at you with an AR or a semi-auto, something like that. Not having building resources can be a really big problem, because building is one of the staple features in Fortnite. So anyways, in architect mode, you actually get an infinite amount of every resource to start off with, so you can basically just build as much as you want, and you would never have to worry about having to get more resources, running out of resources, all those problems. Not a problem in architect mode. Now, this was another one that was somewhat talked about on the forums, although I didn't actually see as many posts about this as I did Storm Chasers. However, there is a pretty high chance that we will see this mode sometime in the near future. Now, what I think is cool about this mode is if you had like 3 friends playing with you, you could just build absolutely gigantic bases. Like, I mean, in squad mode, you can already build huge bases. All you really need is just tell everyone, get as many resources as possible, and then just build an absolutely massive base. Same thing with 20v20 and 50v50, but this goes beyond that. Like, in this mode, you could literally probably just build a giant base around, like, tilted towers or someplace like that, and have, like, intricate little mazes going in between the buildings and stuff like that, have, like, tunnels and all that. That would just be so insane. I want to see that so badly. And can you imagine if they actually decided to add a 20v20 architect mode? That would be like so insane. At that point, you could build a freaking base around the map. Like, you could just have one person go to each location and just basically just cover the whole map in building resources. Okay, well, maybe not that big, but you guys get the point. This mode would just be absolute craziness, guys, and the rounds in this mode would probably last quite a bit longer, just because, I mean, obviously, as I said before, with infinite resources, you'll be able to build massive bases, and it'll be a lot harder to get sniped, and as well as that, if you do somehow manage to get sniped, your teammates are going to be able to heal you. I mean, you can have, like, these massive bases, so it's going to basically be impossible to really kill someone just by sniping at them or rocket launching them, whereas in normal Fortnite, it's quite easy to do that if you have good aim and all that. So this mode sort of contradicts Storm Chasers, just because in this mode, it actually encourages people to push more rather than to camp or snipe or whatever and all that. So yeah, this is probably my favorite mode on this list. Like, hands down, this is probably my favorites mode. And yeah, so anyways, that just about wraps up today's video. Now guys, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to drop a like. Also, if you have any Fortnite concepts or ideas of your own that you want to see get implemented, leave me those in the comments. I mean, I might go ahead and actually feature that in one of my upcoming videos, and I'll go ahead and definitely be sure to give you a shout out if your idea is pretty cool. So anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next one.